Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today, I'm gonna be giving you part 2 of what if Naruto got his memories sealed away. Remember to get this one to 300 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also, stay in tune for what if Naruto is a smart prodigy. And later on over on Anime King, I'm gonna be posting a new episode of What If Naruto was raised by Hyugas. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you guys enjoy. And I'm also gonna be posting a new episode of What If Naruto was born in the Uzumaki clan. So stay tuned for that as well, guys. And remember, if you're new, to go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you all again for helping your support. And yeah, without further ado, what do you say we get straight into this new episode? Start the intro. So, to do a bit of recap from the last part we left off, Naruto was taken under Danzo's wing, as Danzo found the boy when Sarutobi didn't want to let him into the academy because Sarutobi told him that it was too soon. Danzo trained Naruto for 3 years, as he was now 7 years old now, and Danzo was quite impressed in the boy. The boy was one of his top agents, as he sent Naruto on a long-term mission to investigate the hidden zone and bring back information. As Naruto did that, Jiraiya was at the hidden zone as well, sent by Sarutobi, as he saw one of Konoha Anbu running away from the place with injuries all over his body, and he passed out. As Jiraiya brought him back to Konoha, Sarutobi was shocked to see that it was Naruto, as he realized that Danzo must have taken Naruto. Being the Hokage, he hasn't spent and paid as much attention to Naruto lately, because Naruto became rather secretive, and he was told that Naruto wasn't seen very much, so he just thought that Naruto was just keeping a low profile. But now he understands that this was Danzo, as him and Jiraiya sealed away everything, all of Naruto's memories, and locked away his memories to his skills, so he wouldn't remember how to do anything, even sealing away his high chakra portion that he built up. The time passed after that as regular canon Naruto, until the end of the Chunin exams, where Gaara went insane, as a seal accidentally broke. The fox sent as much chakra as he could as he broke the mind seal over Naruto's memory, as Naruto started to remember things as he didn't understand what is the hell is going on, intertwining his two lives together. As Naruto's attitude completely changed, he was different, even talking and acting different, as he did a complete beatdown on Gaara, summoning the boss Toad. The both of them demolished Shikaku as Naruto jumped and break Gaara right through the forehead of Shikaku. And Naruto did not kill him. Instead, he captured Gaara, Temari and Kankuro as he brought them towards the village, in the Anvus, holding cells. But he need to find out what the hell is going on. Arriving in the village, as Jiraiya heard that Naruto destroyed an entire platoon of sound ninjas coming here, and also the people were rescued rather quickly. It was Naruto and the Uchiha boy. As they saw Orochimaru fleeing from the village with Zone 4, Naruto was about to chase after them, but Jiraiya told him no, as too many lives were lost today. Sarutobi was also dead. A week passed after that, as Naruto has been trying to find Danzo, but when the man doesn't want to be found, you can't find him, as Kurama explained to him that his idiotic self wouldn't have listened to him. That is why he never brought it up, and he never saw who sealed it, because he was too busy healing his wounds, and then he went to sleep because using so much chakra. And Naruto come to his senses as he realized that Sakura was just a bitch. His old self liked her, but every opportunity she got, she turned him down. And this rivalry that he had with Sasuke was just a big waste of time, as he demanded that Jiraiya told him what happened to him with the seals, while they were going to search for a new Hokage. And also, Naruto wanted to get back to his original skill because right now, he feels like a snail. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So, what do you say we start this new episode? Alright, Jiraiya said. Well, let's go and get you packed. We're going to leave immediately. As Naruto pulled out 4 scrolls, I already have everything here. I always keep supplies on me for a long mission. You will never know when you're going to be called away. He placed them back in the pockets of his jacket. This bright piece of crap is good for something, I suppose. If you hate it, then why do you wear it? Asked Jiraiya, laughing. Well, when I went home to look for new clothes, this was the closest thing I have in my closet as a shinobi gear. What the hell really happened to me? I just want to know, how did I live for this long, wearing this eyesore piece of clothing? Jiraiya laughed again as he chuckled, seeing the boy tearing himself down about what he wore. Jiraiya reached into his pockets as he pulled out some cash and placed it in Naruto's hand. Tell you what kid, I'll give you 2 hours to go and get yourself some new outfit. Meet me at the main gate, after that we will take off. Naruto pocketed the cash as he went off. Moments later, Naruto was walking through the district as he remembered all the place that used to rip him off. As he sighed at his old, childish, naive self. Yeah, that place did it. That place did it, he thought. That place even wouldn't even let me in, so I could even look at things, he thought to himself. But it seems like when his memory got sealed away, he continued one of his habits, as there was a lot of weapons that ninjas threw away. Even after training, they didn't even sometimes go back and take up the kunais and shurikens. It seems like he did the same process while he was sealed, seeing that he had weapons in his closet, a lot of them. Naruto stopped at a rather plain looking shop as he had no memory of being there. I guess I'll give it a shot, he said. Moments later, Tenten yawned as she was at the counter of the shop her family owned. She wasn't having a good month overall. She was destroyed in the preliminary rounds by that Kunoichi of the Sand, Temari. She had helped her teammate Neji train for the finals, as she even went there to watch him mop up everyone. But that didn't went as she thought, as he was beaten badly by that blonde kid, the dead last of the class she heard. He was on the same team as the Uchiha. After Neji closed off his points, he reopened them, and he took on Neji's strikes like they were nothing. He even had enough strength afterwards to run around the stadium after he had won. He was truly something. And then after that, she was put under a genjutsu, and she missed the entire invasion of the Sound and Sand. And right now she's spending most time at the shop, seeing that her sensei is spending most time at the hospital with Rock Lee because of his injuries. And it wasn't busy, seeing that there was a lot of ninjas who was helping with the reconstruction. So here she sat, alone and bored. The bell to the store then rang as she looked up. Hello, welcome to the... As her eyes drifted, she saw the same blonde kid that had beaten up Neji. Hey, she said. Naruto turned to face her. As a few seconds passed, he just looked at her. Realization then hit him. Oh, hi there. Tenten, right? As she noticed his face looking at her, she noticed a scar over his right eye. Huh, that's new, she said. You're the kid that beat Neji. The tone of her voice made Naruto feel like he committed some kind of crime as he tilted his eyebrow a bit. My name is Naruto, and don't look so shocked. Was I supposed to let him win or something? Tenten was taken aback by the way he spoke, as in the exam she saw how loud and obnoxious and boisterous he was. Well, it's not that. It's just that you really weren't expecting to win, and then you did. Damn idiot persona, Naruto thought, as many people thought he was that weak. Well, they are going to be surprised when they see what he can truly do. He liked to surprise people anyway. Tenten noticed a scar over his eye as she was curious. How did you get that scar? Did you get it in the invasion? Well, it's a long shinobi, and even if I tell you, you probably won't believe it. Don't worry about it. Do you sell shinobi clothes here? She nodded and pointed over towards the clothes. Naruto nodded and went over. Tenten watched as he pulled out a few pair of pants and shirts. He went into a changing room and came out a moment later in a dark blue mustard shirt with dark blue loose pants with the ankle was tied and wrapped. As he got some black bracers that wrapped around his forearm entirely as he placed the rest of the clothes on the counter. He then stopped as he came across the swords. He stared long and hard before he pulled on a ninja toe and pulled it out of the sheath as he tested in his hands. He then sheathed back the blade as he walked over to the counter with a grin. He then set the sword down. "Do you have something to secure this on my back?" Tenten nodded as she got a strap for him to use. "So, how much is all of this?" As Tenten started to add everything up. As Tenten then looked back up, that will all come to 68,500 Ryu. Tenten simply watched him switch modes as he pulled out the money he had in his pocket, well, his wallet. He chuckled a bit. "This will clean me out, but it's necessary," he said, as he strapped the sword on his back and placed the bracers on his forearms. Tenten looked at him. "Do you even know how to use that sword?" she asked. "Well, I was getting a bit rusty. It's time for me to get back in practice in Kenjutsu. I was no slouch though. I might be rusty if anything." As he pulled the sword and shifted into a few on-bow stances. "I think I'll be fine," he said. Tenten's eyes gleamed for a moment. "You wouldn't happen to be interested in a spar, would you?" she asked. "Sure, why not? I don't have anyone to practice with anyway. I might look you back up when I'm back though, because I'm leaving right now." Tenten smiled as he moved towards the door. "I think I'll like that, Naruto," she said. "Hey, I left the jumpsuit in the back. Feel free to burn it at your leisure. I still have an entire closet that I need to get rid of." "Bye, Tenten," he said, as Tenten waved him off as he left the store. What the hell happened to him, Tenten thought. He changed so much in just 2 weeks. Time skip. Jiraiya whistled. "Looking dapper, kid," he said, seeing Naruto's new appearance. "Well, it's easier to get girls if you don't blind them when they look at you." Jiraiya patted him on the back as he started to walk through the gate. "Well said, kid." As they got far enough away from Konoha, Naruto sighed. "Alright, we're far enough away from Konoha. So if I don't like what you say, I can kill you and no one will stop me. So tell me what you know about my seal." Jiraiya tried to be funny. "Well, the Shiki fusion is meant to hold back the Kaiju." Naruto gripped his sword tightly. "Don't be an ass about this. I am serious." "What happened to me?" Naruto said. Jiraiya sighed. Okay. But you will have to wait until I am fully through explaining this before doing anything, okay?" As Naruto kept up his glare but nodded. "Alright, you know your little trip to the hidden stone, right? I was the one that found you. I was there investigating rumors on the hidden stone. When I left, I decided to torch their files. Stuff on Orochimaru bloodline research, Jutsu development, things like that." Naruto's eyes widened as he unsheathed his blade and swung at Jiraiya. Jiraiya had to jump away. "Hey brat, I told you to wait till I was done." "You dumb old bastard," Naruto said. "You were the one that turned the heat onto me. Don't you know the first thing about infiltration? Never let the enemy know that you're there." "Hey, in my defense," Jiraiya said, "I didn't know that you were actually there." "That was the whole point," Naruto said. As Jiraiya got back on track. "Anyway, when I got you back to Sarutobi, we found out that you were part of a group led by a man in high Konoha politics." "Yeah, Root, led by Gonzo," Naruto said. Jiraiya stopped as he looked at Naruto. "Wait, you're admitting that it exists? How the hell are you talking about it?" "I told Gonzo that numerous times that it was a second, worst kept secret, even more worse than the Kyuubi, I think. You and Sarutobi already knew about it, and Gonzo never put any seals on me. I was too much of a high profile figure to make it a mindless drone. I mean, first he tried, but he quit after a while." Jiraiya looked at him oddly. "Wait, so you always have your sense of self? You weren't a mindless drone, he just trained you." Naruto looked up. "Yeah. And anyway, I couldn't tell you anything relevant about Root anyway, since I haven't been there for 4 years. The old cripple probably cut his losses and let me go. It's all he could have done. Trying to get me back and to break the seal would have been too risky." Jiraiya looked down. "We never had to seal him, he was right. As long as we kept a tight watch on him, Danzo wouldn't have come back." Jiraiya gulped. "So, about the sealing. See, when me and Sarutobi sealed—" "What?" Naruto said, as he glared at Jiraiya. "You and Sarutobi Sensei? You asshole! You guys could have waited for me to wake up and explain what the hell was going on. Instead, you left me with the mindset of a 4-year-old. I was mentally behind everyone else by 4 years." Jiraiya knew that they messed up back then when they first sealed him, but it still sucked having him be thrown back at you. We didn't know what you would do when you woke up. We didn't know how you would react. We were just running damage control as quick as we could. Naruto shook his head angrily. There was no damage control to run. All this time, I am just a damn shadow of my former self. My chakra control is crap. I just have a fraction of the speed I used to have. Why? I still train hard even after I was sealed. I should have kept that speed. Well, Jiraiya said, rubbing the back of his head, I kinda put a gravity seal on you as well. I knew it, Naruto said. I knew I couldn't be that damn slow. I felt like I was running in jelly. Naruto took off his headband. Take the seal off, damn it. Jiraiya made a few hand signs and put his hand on Naruto's head. Funkai, he said. As a seal appeared on Naruto's forehead, as it then vanished. As Naruto then twists his body a few. Ah, much better, he said. As Jiraiya felt the need to explain, as Naruto just kept walking, I don't want to hear anything right now. If you tell me more, I feel like I'm going to hurt you. You guys almost killed my entire career. You know that? Just let's get to the town, Naruto said. Time skip. Naruto was currently in a hotel as Jiraiya went off with a woman that showed a bit of interest in him. This suited Naruto just fine, seeing that he didn't want to be around Jiraiya anyway. As he was currently lying down on one of the beds, he had a whole step of things to think about. Was Hiruzen close to him because he got out of his watch once, or is it truly legitimate? When he showed up at the funeral after Konoha attack, and he went up to Hiruzen's grave, he didn't know what to feel. He shed not one tear. His head was still messed up at the time, as he didn't know what was factual and what was fabrication memories. He shook his head free of that thought. Using Danjo training, he was a ninja. He needed a clear mind. While it was a simple mission to get new Hokage, it was still a mission, and he needed to get it done. His head then snapped up as he felt a pair of powerful chakra coming towards his door. They were suppressing it, but he can tell that they were strong. Now, the side of him that has been out for 4 years wanted to confront them to see what they want and kick their asses. But rational, Naruto was in control right now, as fighting them and still not able to control everything fully would just get himself killed, as he could feel how strong they are even though they're suppressing their power. So he leapt through the window to go and find Jiraiya. As he dashed along the rooftop until he reached the outskirts of town, as he bit his thumb and slammed his hand on the ground. As a toad appeared, not even giving the toad time to speak, go and find Jiraiya, Naruto said. Tell him to find me as fast as he can, or I'm screwed, okay? The toad nodded and ran off to find Jiraiya. As Naruto stopped. I know you're there. Come out already. Just save us some damn time. Two figures in black cloaks with red clothes on it appear, both of them having on straw hats. Naruto sighed. Of course it will be a guy like Itachi Uchiha after me. The other one chuckled. Look like you're still famous in that village of yours, Itachi, Kisame said. As Naruto smacked his forehead, and Kisame. What a goddamn fantastic day. The hits, they just keep on coming. Naruto went down in a fighting stance. Who else do we have coming? You guys happen to have another S-rank ninja coming from the woodwork. Kisame scoffed at the sight of Naruto's small frame. Who would know that the Kyuubi Shinjuku was such a runt? Itachi, should I cut off one of his legs to make sure he can't run away again? Itachi stepped forward, his red eyes spinning. Please come with us, Naruto, he said. Naruto brought his hands together. Release! Come on now, I'm a kid, but don't insult me like that. I'm not that easy to be controlled. As Kisame reached for the sword in his back, Itachi, this kid is mouthy. Let me handle him. Samihata can just taste his chakra from here. Very well, Itachi said. Don't go overboard and kill him. Leader needs Jinchuriki alive. So they want me alive, huh? That means... Better find me soon, you old pervert, Naruto said. In the blink of an eye, Naruto vanished. Kisame brought down his sword and blocked Naruto's strike. You're pretty fast, kid. I used to be fast, Naruto said. He felt Kisame pushing him back as he grunted. Used to be stronger too. Kisame brought on his weapon as he sliced on Naruto's shoulder, as he then drive a kick into Naruto's stomach, as Naruto was sent rolling away. Damn it, Naruto said. I need to whip myself back into shape. Goddamn seal. Kisame rushed at Naruto and swung at him as Naruto ducked and swiped at his feet. Kisame jumped up as he brought down his sword, but Naruto flipped away as he landed. I'm glad Erosengin took that damn gravity seal off me, otherwise I would be dead meat. Naruto sheathed his sword. Go in, blade to blade, with one of the 7 swordsmen to miss. Label me the dumbass of the day. Itachi, step forward. You're better than our intel anticipated, Naruto-kun, he said. It was said that you were dead last, Genin, level shinobi, but you have shown much skill. Naruto huffed as he ignored the wound on his shoulder. Yeah, or there is no such thing as perfect intel. Indeed, Itachi says, he removed his hat. Just come with us, Naruto. There is no way you can defeat the both of us at your current level. They're right, Naruto thought. If they were here to kill me, I'll probably be dead by now. As Naruto felt his wound start to heal by the Kyuubi, if only he had his old arrangement with the Kyuubi, he would just rampage their asses right now. Huh. But the both of them set up each other weaknesses extremely well. And he couldn't win close in with Itachi anyway. That damn Sharingan would just give away every one of his moves. Unless... Itachi then stepped forward. Kisame, I would like to test Naruto for a moment. Stay back. As Naruto that grinned ear from ear because Itachi just is going to give him the perfect chance to do something. Itachi would probably let him in close to humor him. That is where he will have his chance. The only way to bypass the Sharingan was to move faster than the body was adjusted to. Well, as if that would work on someone like Itachi. But what will happen if Naruto didn't know what he will do next? How would Itachi anticipate that? Naruto then dashed forward as he leaped towards Itachi. He was about to punch when he dropped to the ground, as Itachi looked at him and narrowed his eyes, as Naruto rolled and got right into Itachi's defense. As Naruto saw Itachi brought up his hand to block anything that he would try. Naruto then did something unexpected. He spit right into Itachi's face. Itachi froze in place by that, as that was just unexpected, giving Naruto the perfect chance to send a devastating kick right into the side of his head that sent him flying back towards his partner. The combination of seeing a 12-year-old kid spit into Itachi's goddamn face and seeing that kid drop kick Itachi Uchiha 15 yards away left Kisame's jaw wide open. As Kisame watched Itachi got back up. Itachi, you got a little something right there, he said. Itachi sent his Sharingan glare towards him, as Kisame felt a shiver run down his spine. Yeah, you got it, said Kisame. As Naruto looked at him, maybe he isn't that pissed as I thought. He's a former Envu, right? Those guys get bodily fluids on them all the time. A little spit didn't even faze that guy, right? Naruto gulped when Itachi turned towards him, his Sharingan spinning murderously, as Naruto prayed to any deities that could hear him right now. Even just a slight moment to get Itachi off of him for a few seconds would be great. Itachi Uchiha! As Naruto turned his head to see Sasuke, you told me to spend my life living with hatred in order to get stronger to kill you. That day has come. If he wasn't such an highly trained warrior, Naruto would have broken down and cried in sweet relief. Well, Sasuke can take this one for the team. Well, there was no I in team. But Sasuke can be the I today. As Naruto saw the murderous look in Itachi's face. As Itachi turned towards Sasuke. You got this, Naruto said softly, as Sasuke was just glaring at Itachi. Well, I hope he can actually do something against his older. A few moments later, Naruto watched Jiraiya talking to Guy with Sasuke over his shoulder. Itachi really did a number on that kid, as it was his fault. Why the hell would you stay and fight Itachi? You're a genin. And Itachi was in a really pissy mood. Naruto supposed that was his fault, as Naruto got his ass saved by Sasuke and he knew it. Well, his assistance of getting his ass beat by his older brother. Really brutally. That gave Jiraiya enough time as he arrived. And also Guy arrived as well and attacked Jiraiya thinking that he was the enemy by accident. As Naruto was glad that the old pervert could back up that pervertness with skill. As Naruto walked over, Yosh, Naruto-kun, you have shown yourself to be flush with the power of youth today, holding off those two like you did. Naruto looked at Guy strangely, Thanks, Guy-san, but I was useless though. They could have killed me if they wanted to. But you're alive, are you not? Guy asks. That just means you have another day to get stronger. Another day to prepare yourself and make sure this doesn't happen again. You're right, Naruto said. I need to get prepared for the next time something like this happens. He clenched his fist. There was no way guys like that are gonna get a drop on me again. Guy shifted, Sasuke on his shoulders. Well, I do hope that the both of you are successful in your mission. We can use her expertise. For more than just Sasuke here. Kakashi got hit as well. Naruto looked at Guy. Kakashi made eye contact. Guy nodded as he started to reach for something. We should go, kid, said Jiraiya. We're gonna lose our trail if we stay here. See you later, Guy, Naruto said. Tell Rock Lee and Tenten I said hi. Guy gave him a thumbs up as he ran off back to Konoha. Why are you pulling me so fast, Erosenin? Kid, didn't you know what he was reaching for? He was going to give you one of those god-awful jumpsuits. There was no way I would let you go back to such horrible clothing after you just got decent. Naruto slapped Jiraiya's hand off his shoulder. Don't touch me. You aren't off the hook yet. You and the old man screw me. I am a joke in Konoha because of all the crap you did to me. Itachi and Kisame treated me like a piece of crap back there. Even though they didn't show much because they thought I was weak, it still felt insulted. As Naruto grumbled, as he started to walk down the road, I got two goddamn S-rank ninjas after me, and I'm a sitting duck if they decide to get serious. We seriously need to finish this mission so I can get back to working on stuff. Jiraiya shook his head as they traveled down the road. A few days later, Naruto had calmed down over the course of a few days. He was still a bit pissed because he did not have time to train properly. As Jiraiya told him that he was stronger than a genin should be, but Naruto countered and told him that he was Anbu level at 8, so being a genin is nothing. Jiraiya didn't like Naruto fretting over his skills like this, but then you remember what he met Naruto doing, infiltrating an unknown country. When he saw Naruto at the hot springs years later, he was rather underwhelmed. But after taking the seal off Naruto and watching him stand on the water, he was not surprised. He figured his body already knew what to do with, so he got to it rather quickly. What did to him was a damn shame, and he had all the right to be angry. Years of blood, sweat, and tears. Okay, not so much tears if he was trained by Danzo, but everything else, it was a shame. Jiraiya knew that he would be pissed as well if it was him. And he knew why Naruto was worrying so much. He was just attacked by two S-rank missing names, and he didn't have the skill to back up anything. And his teammate got the shit beaten out of him. Jiraiya turned and saw Naruto going through hand signs. Hey kid, don't worry about your teammate, he'll be fine. Naruto stopped. He looked at Jiraiya. Oh that? Meh, it'd be good for him. A little beating every once in a while, it kinda built character. As Jiraiya stared at him in shock. What? Naruto said. Getting your ass kicked. It makes you don't want to get your ass kicked anymore. So yeah, it builds character. It's good for him. Well, that kinda does make sense, Jiraiya said. Alright then, let's go find Tsunade. Wait, Tsunade? As your old teammate? The best medical ninja ever? Gamble like shit, Tsunade? Jiraiya chuckled at his description. Yeah, that's one kid. But it's well that you don't refer to her as that last one. Unless you don't want to be a smudge on the wall. As he pulled out a picture of her and handed it to Naruto, where to find her and bring her back to the village. As Naruto put the picture in his pocket and started to go through hand signs as blurs, as he was doing it rather fast. Hey kid, how about I give you that jutsu now? I guarantee that you don't know it and it can be useful. You can even train with it like you're walking now. Sure, why not? Good choice kid. I promise you won't regret it, said Jiraiya. Time skip. Naruto and Jiraiya came upon a town where a festival was taking place. As Jiraiya told Naruto that he should get some rest, while he go and pick up some information on Tsunade. As Naruto agreed and ditched Jiraiya before he could moosh off his money. As he spent a few time going through the town. As he wins some games, get some prizes, get a bite to eat. As he had to admit he may have lost some things in battle, but he was having a lot of fun, more than he would ever had in Root. That was one thing he got from his old self since he broke the seal, the value of a good time. As it took a while as the white cure pervert didn't come, so Naruto decided to find him, as he heard his laughter in a tavern. As Naruto entered to see Jiraiya in the center with two women at his side, as Jiraiya was drunk as he could see that. Oh, Naruto, he said. Come over here and take a load off. As Naruto walked over and went over towards a cute brunette. So, Jiraiya, Sama, who is this little cutie right here with you? Jiraiya grinned. Girls, this is my student, Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto, say hello to Tokoko and Sukina. As Naruto waved, as he let out a small hello, Tokoko, the girl that was on Jiraiya's left, leaned over to him. As she was probably around 5 years older than him. He's so cute, Jiraiya-sama. As she gasped, touching the scar on his face. How did you get something like this? You're so young. Life is hard, but it's just a scar. Just a reminder to duck next time. He was a good sport about it as she traced the mark over his eye with her finger. As Naruto and Jiraiya stay and talk with the woman until a few hours after nightfall. As Naruto refrained from drinking, letting Jiraiya get his fill as he knew the man would pay for it in the morning. As Jiraiya was now blackout drunk. As they say goodbye to the woman as Naruto had to pull Jiraiya to the inn. As they got away from the bar, Jiraiya got a second wind. Whoa, you're strong, kid. That was quite a waste to haul a dead weight like me. As Naruto looked up at Jiraiya a bit surprised, as he seemed to have just shrugged off the alcohol. You should be puking right now. And can't even stand. How are you standing straight? I'm no lightweight, kid. Well, Snazzy would have dropped a few hours ago. I am just that good. I'm surprised though you didn't drag me out or call me your old perv or something. Well, I enjoyed myself, Naruto said. And those women, they were hot. Besides, you said that we were relaxing today. And even a brainless idiot like you need to rest. So why should I interrupt you? Jiraiya chuckled. You truly are different these days, kid. I think Tokoko like you. That damn scar is truly gonna get you a lot of girls. It's just because you don't know who I am. In Konoha, I would have been shoved to the back burner and you know it. Well, maybe you should get your head off that pink hair girl then. There are plenty of other women who won't try to give you brain damage. Well, so true, Naruto said. You were the one who did it though. Jiraiya was beyond shock as he expected Naruto to rant and say he would never betray Sakura-chan. What? Jiraiya said. Well, that girl is a bitch, Naruto said. I don't understand what my other self was thinking. My dumbass, childish self was the one that was attracted to her. That's your fault, by the way. And I never got to interact with any of the other girls after you guys see me, so they all thought that I'm a brainless idiot. All the kunoichis my age think I suck or can't stand me, and all the civilians fall over the Uchiha. I think Danzo was probably right when he told me to get rid of all my emotions, because knowing that you will never get laid out of love kinda suck, you know that? As Jiraiya couldn't believe what Naruto just said, he basically just said he will never find anyone to accept him, but he said it so calmly and accept it. But you know, that girl is pretty cute, he said. The next day they were on the road. What the hell is this, Naruto said, looking at the water balloon that Jiraiya tossed him. It's not that hot, Erosenin, and you're a grown man for God's sake. It's not that, you dumbass. The jutsu you're learning has 3 steps. The first one is to pop that water balloon with their chakra rotation. Well, does this Mr. Jutsu have a name? Or will I have the pleasure of doing that? Jiraiya held out his hand as a Rasengan was formed in it within seconds. As Naruto noticed the speed and the size of the jutsu, and the massive amount of chakra rolling inside of it. It's called the Rasengan. It's one of the 4 Tokage prized jutsu. Naruto nodded. Whoa. Jiraiya let the jutsu fade. Indeed. Now he was cut off though, as a popping sound could be heard, as he saw Naruto picking the piece of water balloon off his hand. Do that again, Jiraiya says. He gave Naruto his water ball. And Naruto popped it. What? How? Jiraiya said. Well, I saw that the jutsu had chakra flowing in all directions. I just did that, and pop. Jiraiya shook his head. A genin shouldn't have gotten something like that so quickly. A tick mark appeared on Naruto's head. Well, I'm not supposed to be a genin. I'm supposed to be an Anvu, remember? Noticing a detail like that is an amateur stuff. So what's next, he asked. As he gave Naruto a rubber ball, pop this with your chakra. It should be the most boom. Jiraiya was cut off yet again. What? How did you get it that time? Generating a consistent amount of power like that takes time. And what do I have sealed inside me again? Remember, I've been dealing with powerful chakra since I was younger. My chakra gained naturally stronger as well. Danzo had me spamming high level jutsu by the time I was 8. Jiraiya opened his mouth to say something but nothing came out. After a few seconds he spoke. I'll show you the final step later. I need to find something new to start you on. What about your elemental affinity? Win. And I have several elemental jutsu for that element. I just need to learn the big ones again. So, where is Tsunade? Did you find out anything in that boring town that we were in? Jiraiya sees his thoughts on Naruto training. Well, actually I did. She was heading towards the edge of the country. She would probably wind up in Tanzagai, so that's where we're going. Naruto grunted, tell me the third step, so I won't waste time on the journey. If I can't learn the other things, I will have to just work on this for now, Naruto said. Jiraiya sighed and blew up a balloon. The next step is a mix, the first two versions in this balloon. Jiraiya raised his hand and formed a Rasengan. So, I'm doing that, but inside of the balloon, so I can get the spatial composition down. Jiraiya nodded. It took me 2 months to get this far. It hasn't even been an hour for him. Just what were you like before you got sealed? Thinking about that just terrifies me. As Naruto then did as he was instructed, Jiraiya breathed out a sigh of relief when the balloon actually popped, then rotating. If the kid had gotten the Rasengan in one day, he would have lost it, as Jiraiya gave him a pack of balloons to blow up. Time skip. What happened here? Jiraiya and Naruto looked at the famous castle of Tanzagai. It was nothing but rubble. As the both of them walked over to the scene and looked around, as Jiraiya noticed holes in the wall, a sign of his teammate. Come on kid, we're close, Jiraiya said. Very close. After searching the town all day, they decided to stop at their tavern for a little meal for the night. Alright, let's get something to eat, said Jiraiya. The moment they stepped inside, Tsunade? Jiraiya, what are you doing here? As Tsunade was sitting down with Shizune and her pig. Well, Jiraiya said as him and Naruto walked off, we just stopped here for a bite to eat. Imagine meeting you. Here, of all places, he said. As Naruto looked over at Tsunade, so this is the last of the Sannin. Looks like I met the full set. Lucky me, he said. Tsunade's eyes looked over at Naruto. So, who's the brat, Jiraiya? Yeah, Naruto said. Lucky me. Well, this is Naruto Uzumaki, my new apprentice. Naruto raised an eyebrow. Apprentice? Since when? Well, since you signed the Toad contract before the invasion, kid. Congratulations. Great. Goddamn great. The guy that locked away my strength and skills wanted to make amends by teaching me how to fight again, like a dumbass kid. Jiraiya looked confused. Kid, don't you want me to do that? Naruto slammed his hand on the table. I'll tell you what I want. I want to go the hell home, so I can get my shit straight. And I want to beat you like a pulp. I just want something to cling on to because I think I'm gonna lose it because of all the crap going through my mind. As Naruto was standing now, but I can't have those things. Not for a bunch of reasons. I can work on one of those things now. Hey you, Naruto said, looking towards Tsunade. We're going back to Konoha. Time to go now. Tsunade was stunned that he just demanded her to do something like that, as he didn't even blink. Smooth kid, just smooth, said Jiraiya. Can you shut up as well? I am still pissed at you, damn it, Naruto said. When won't you be pissed at me, said Jiraiya. Well, when I can do everything I used to do, and some. Now, let's go, Naruto said. A tip mark came on Tsunade's head as she flipped the table over angrily. Who the hell do you think you are, runt? Where the hell do you think you can get off telling me to go back to that place? Well, you see, I'm the unfortunate bastard tasked with dragging your alcoholic ass back home. And I don't fail missions. So, you can come with us. Or, I'll beat your ass and drag you back home. Well then, let's see you do something like that, she said, as she walked outside, as Naruto followed behind her angrily. Shizune sighed. Well, I guess we should check this out, said Jiraiya. As Shizune couldn't believe it, he was going to let them fight. Moments later, you know, this isn't a place for something like this, unless you like paying for property damage. Don't you have enough debts, Naruto asked. Shut up and get ready to face the music, you brat. One finger, that is all I need for a little punk like you. Tsunade, let it go, we can talk about this, said Jiraiya. Shut up, Jiraiya. This brat has it coming. Brats like this need to know their place. Yeah, shut up as well, Eroseni, Naruto said. Old bag like these need to learn how to deal with their problems before they turn even more old and grey. Tsunade growled at Naruto. Give me your best shot, brat. You won't get another one. A cold look arrived on Naruto's face. If I get this right, then one shot is all I would need, he said. You better hope I miss, his tone sounding deadly. A slight shiver went down Jiraiya's spine as he saw those cold, uncaring looking Naruto eyes. Tsunade? You bet shut up, Jiraiya, said Tsunade. Looks like the crappy old lady need a new adjustment. Yelling at her old friends like that, Naruto said. Tsunade had enough as she dashed towards him. As Naruto counted her steps, shouldn't a Sanin be faster than this? I guess she's even rustier than me. Tsunade tried a backhanded swipe, but Naruto knocked it away, surprising her as he just moved off with pure speed. As Tsunade was beyond shock, how could a kid move this fast? As he drove his fist right into her ribs. Shizune's eyes went wide. Jiraiya-sama, how can a genin like that land a blow on Tsunade-sama first? Well, just because he's a genin, that doesn't mean he has to fight like a genin, does it? Tsunade ran a green, glowing hand over her torso, so you can move with some quickness. It doesn't matter, he's still a brat. And I still only need one finger, she said. She won't even acknowledge when someone's a threat. This is going to work out better than the fight with Itachi, Naruto said, as he crossed his fingers. As he created several clones. You got disoriented by just one of me. How are you gonna handle 8? Scatter, he said. As Naruto clones blurred around the street, looking like a hive of bees more than a boys. Tsunade's eyes kept themselves though on all possible threats. She ended up blocking a few strikes with only one finger as her boast, looking for the prime target to hit. The sound of something swirling caught her attention as she spun around. As she could spot that technique from a mile away, she slammed her finger into the ground, making the earth shake as Naruto dropped the technique. Tsunade looked over at Jiraiya. Jiraiya, what were you thinking? Teaching a kid like this, that kind of technique? Hey Naruto, Jiraiya said. Don't embarrass her badly, kid. She's supposed to be the next Hokage. Naruto stepped out of the darkness holding something in his hand. Really? Her? Are you sure? Because for all intents and purposes, I just killed her. Tsunade looked to see Naruto in front of her as he burst into smoke. She then felt a cold breeze as she looked down to see her kimono blouse. It was burst open, fluttering in the breeze. Shizune looked mortified at her master, chest out for all the world to see. She was thankful that the street was cleared. As Naruto smiled as he was holding her obi that tied everything together. I think you're missing something there, he said. He then got a good look. Whoa. Good for you, he said. Bravo. Jiraiya rushed up to Naruto and bowed. You're my hero, he said. I'm not even worth to train you. You should be training me, he said. Tsunade saw pure red as she flashed in front of Naruto and slammed a fist right into him as Naruto was sent crashing straight into a shop as it exploded on contact. As she used her hand to cover up herself, Shizune had to run over as she ran a test on him as he coughed up blood. Damn, she hit me hard. Well, I guess I win though. Tsunade stomped over and ripped her obi from his grasp as she reapplied. What the hell do you mean? Look at you, you're a mess, she said. Well, Naruto said, showing his bloody teeth. You use more than one finger. You lose, he said. But guys, we'll be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below and turn on the bell notifications stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also stay in tune for What If Naruto was born in the Uzumaki clan. And I'm also going to be posting What If Naruto is a smart prodigy on this channel, so stay tuned for that. And I'm also going to be posting a brand new episode of What If Naruto was raised by the Hyuga clan, so stay tuned for that as well, guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time hearing my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. But I'm over now. See you guys soon. Peace.